Good afternoon, welcome to Rundlii Gaming. So we're going to be playing another new game that I got recently, which is called Megabyte Punch. This is something I've played around with for a little bit, so I haven't got too far into the game. What we're going to do, though, is we're actually going to start off with a tournament before we do more of the main campaign through. And going through the tournament first, this tends to remind me a lot of your Smash Brother type games, where basically you're trying to knock them off platforms and throw people off. And as you defeat different people, you will be able to modify your particular robot here. So as an example, I have a uppercut type punch on the right one. Kind of like a Star Fox sort of gun thing here. Then you can also modify your up jump. Then I kind of have a teleporter down, but it's not really that good, so I need to find something to replace it at some point. And then as you defeat different robots and stuff, you can actually put on different equipment. These different equipments will give you different benefits on there. So as an example, this is kind of like another punch one. Well, that's a punch fist thing that I have. Or I could turn my up jump into a drill, which if I do the drill, then it'll do a drill sort of motion instead. I could put that on there, which I haven't tried yet, but I'm guessing it's kind of a quicker melee weapon. And that's my range little gun thing that I have on there. Otherwise, you have a shield. It's very similar to what you can do on Smash Brothers as well. Essentially, just shield up whenever they're about to hit you. If you do it right before, they're actually going to hit you, they can actually make it to where you'll end up repelling it back at them. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through the very first match here. And so pretty much as you can see the damage on the center, this is 72, that's his percentage. Ooh, that didn't work out very well. Alright, yeah, so right now he's at essentially 151%, even though it says damage. Alright, let's see if we can knock him off the level. Now with this tournament, the goal is to actually make it through 8 different people, so as you get better equipment and abilities through the equipment itself, it's going to give you the ability to do more stuff. Now the thing is too, is that you are stuck with whatever you ended up with. So So in this case, I actually lost a life. Normally you start out with 3. So that being said, I'm going to start out at 82% with 2 lives left. Which in a lot of ways won't be that good. Take that, B. Well. Alright, come on up, Mr. B. So, as you can see up to this point, it's very much I almost want to say it's like a sort of like a rip-off of Smash Brothers in a way. So not exactly identical. But I haven't really played it a whole lot, just Alright, so we're going to do one more tournament here. I may look at making some modifications, just to kind of give you guys an idea of how this usually goes. So, may try out these little claw things here. Let's check that out. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to throw these two arms on... Alright, then we're going to throw like the mantis head on there, which... Alright, this was the old head it had on it, the old fist had on it, the gun. Yeah, let's give it a try. So, as you can see, I'm going to have a lot of differences between Ooh, that was good. Alright, so we did knock him out at least. Yeah, we'll go for it again. This probably isn't a very ideal build. Like, he's really quick, but he doesn't have a really strong... Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Because you're also going to fight against other builds as well for them as well, so... that could definitely give you... like, this one's actually wielding the drill. Alright. Gotta knock him off. Can jump really far. There we go. It seems like he had a couple extra drums. And we'll go to the next battle. Alright, so this one definitely has a gun on him. Yeah, that's a good start. Oh. There we go. Alright, made it to round 5, so we have 3 more to go. Yeah, some sort of bird creature thing. Alright, so at some point I wouldn't mind getting wings like that. Like a flying mantis. There we go. Fortunately, can take a lot of more damage, otherwise we die. So battle 6. Well, I think he had some sort of armor, because all my like small hits didn't really do anything. But since I scored the top 4, I get like a bunch of bonus stuff on it. So at this point, we'll probably play through some of the adventure. Then you can play with friends and stuff as well. Then again, should probably grab a little bit better of a mix here. Alright, so let's give us a Mega Fist. Alright. So let's see if we can fight the boss here. And a lot of the bosses basically act the same. Usually the levels themselves are actually going through and killing monsters and stuff, but so they have more kind of like your a set number of hit points rather than a There we go. But one thing I realized about this game too is it's usually good to have some sort of strong punch or attack. It helps with like knocking them off the stage itself. And he's down. Alright, so since I beat him, I basically get the drill arm. Alright, so I'm guessing I probably need to use the drill arm here then. So I guess as you beat different bosses, you can actually use a lot of the parts to go further into the game. So let's grab the parts. Why doesn't? Alright, so pretty much, yeah, so that's basically what you use for breaking stuff. Alright, so we're going to go through what a typical level is like. Alright, so this is kind of like what you might count as like a mini boss. Alright, so like in this particular case, I got the hammerhead upgrade from the last monster I fought, or that last little mini boss there, and that basically just increases all my attacks. Alright, then a neon motorhead increases all movement speed by 10% and slightly increases jump height. Increases the damage of all standard attacks. It's a bunch of little bonuses. Alright, so we need to keep running this way. Alright, so basic jumper cut him into the ceiling there. Alright. That didn't go as planned. And there's another upgrade. Yeah, just exo lag. Makes you run quicker, which I already have one of those. I swapped one out for some other leg that I found. Well, I think I ended up at the place I started at. Let's take a look down here then. Generally like to explore a little bit down here, that way if there's things to find, at least you can collect them. Like here's like a little treasure chest thing, which gives us another piece of armor. There we go. Yay, little mini boss. Alright. He has a machine gun. What if I got either of those? No. Launches you upwards into controllable flight, dealing 8 damage, and also, ooh, I can fly. Oh well, I don't think it actually lets me fly. Alright, so as you can see, I think I'm really close to dying. I don't know if it's at 200 or 300, but I'm guessing 200 at this point. Alright, let's take a look here. Alright, another mini boss. Alright, so I made it to 198 before I died. So I can break that. Yeah, well, I'll just break a few things. Because you can also destroy anything that you come across to give yourself more to the... It's kind of like the currency of the game, pretty much. Those little blue orb things that you see. Alright, so we're gonna hop down here. I think I already have one of those. Oh, so I guess it already tells us if it's in my inventory or not. Oh, I want his machine gun. Give me your machine gun. Alright, so at this point, I think we're about finished with the level, because usually at the end of the level you'll see like a little door. Which is that one there. We'll make sure there's no treasure chest or anything up here. looks good. So that's essentially an entire level. So as I said, it's very similar to your Smash Brothers type genre of games, like the tournaments themselves, and pretty much things like that. So we may do one more tournament. I want to see if we can actually win. I may get rid of the drill. Damage of all standard attacks by 1. Yeah, the other things here, this particular one is for if you want a different set of colors. Like that's what my robot currently looks like. So if I want to be red, white, black, you can do lethal impact. Or the green, white, red. To be fair, they're all pretty hideous. And this is if you want to save it. Alright, so oh yeah, I need to replace this drill. I'm not a big fan of it. And then for the arm, actually I do kind of like the gun, even though it doesn't really do well for me usually. All right. So it seems like a much smaller level than normal. Not a very good first round. He reminds me a lot of Pikachu. For anyone that's ever played the actual Smash Brothers. Or, sorry, the Super Smash Brothers. Yep. Ah. Get away from me! Dang. Well, anyway, that is the first video for Megabyte Punch. You may see more of these in the future as I play through it, and depending on if I keep enjoying it or if not. But definitely watch for them if you've enjoyed this video. Definitely watch for the future ones. Alright, otherwise, thank you for watching Rundlii Gaming. You have a good day.